underway in the end zone. Aggies will just hang on to it. Juwan Price with the fair catch. And New Mexico State ready to take over from the 25. Touched on Jonah Johnson and the week he had last week in the tight loss against San Jose State, completing 68% of his passes, a career high.
I was extremely impressed with him. You know, coming into the week, didn't know a whole lot about him. Went to Fresno City Community College. New Mexico State was really his only offer until Fresno State came in late, but he showed loyalty to the Aggies, and they're going to put the ball up a lot tonight because he is their best player on offense.
Both of these teams utilize air raid attacks, and right away, Johnson going to the air, complete to Jarrett Wyatt. And a nice gain there in the first play. How about the rest of the Aggie starters offensively, including a Canadian force at left tackle?
Yeah, the left tackle, Sage Dockstader, this is his 49th start, which is crazy. He also was a second-round pick by the Toronto Argonauts last year. I don't think I've ever said that before, but he has NFL dreams.
13 yards on first down. Johnson will look, fire across. Wyatt again. In the neighborhood of a first down again, and a nice gain for the Aggies. Defense for Nevada, they've got some serious depth up front.
Well, and that's probably where their best player is, right there, number 99, Dom Peterson. He's been so good for so long. In the top 8 in school history with 18.5 sacks and 36.5 tackles for loss. He gets in the backfield a lot.
Second and short. Johnson letting it develop, looking for Wyatt again, but that one through his hands. Austin Hall, second of the team in tackles, one of the guys there in coverage. 6'3", 238, and good size for this quarterback, again, who's really starting to feel more comfortable in the attack.
Yeah, just a little bit behind Wyatt there, but that's still one Wyatt would tell you that he would like to catch. And another first down here for the Aggies. They're picking up right where they left off last week against San Jose State.
Again, pushing the Spartans, falling by a single score. Johnson accurate again. First career game a week ago with multiple TD passes, and his second career 300-yard game. Little option look, flip to the outside to Price. And a redshirt freshman from Peoria, Arizona. Nice, strong gain. Jojuan Claiborne, senior out of Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas there. Third of the team in tackles with a stop.
And Price is the guy that jumped out to me on the tape this week as well. He ran a 10.500 in high school. He's got 3 more years after this one. He's got some serious juice. Love when they get him the ball in space.
5-yard pickup. Johnson will keep it this time, cuts back inside right into the teeth of that Wolfpack front line. Cameron Toomer there. Talked about Peterson. Tristan Nichols had that massive game last week with that big strip sack first play of the second half. It really started to fuel that pull-away performance from the Wolfpack against the Broncos.
That's one I think Johnson should have pitched. This could be 4-down territory here. We'll see how aggressive Doug Martin is if they don't get it here on third down.
42% success rate, as you saw here for the Aggies on third down. It's manageable here at 3rd and 4. They'll go on the ground, and Price will get it. Surging forward inside the 30, so they start out firing away as you would expect with the air raid, and then keeping it on the ground now.
Well, I love that play call. Nevada ran a stunt. Nevada was anticipating a pass, so they ran a stunt to try to get pressure. The defensive end looped around. There was nobody there. I think New Mexico State had a read on that and knew that Nevada might have that DN loop. He was nowhere to be found.
16 yards for Price. Now play action to him. Johnson will launch it to the end zone. Tipped away at the last second. Diving play made to avoid the touchdown. That's A.J. King flashing over.
And you know, Johnson put a lot of air under this ball. If Johnson throws that a little bit more on a line, it is a touchdown. Terrific job by King. He's one of the youngest guys there in the secondary. They really like him. 6'2", $185, has the physical ability, still just learning a little bit.
Well, opportunity there. And Johnson almost. 9th play of this drive. In the flat to the outside. And that one's dropped again. Opportunity there for Justice Powers, junior from Inglewood, California. Can't latch on.
Right, Johnson put it right on him. I mean, he's got to catch it. It went right between his hands, and that makes a huge difference between 3rd and about 2 or 3 and 3rd and 10 now.
Talked about the sacking prowess of Nevada's defense. Had some big ones last week, 16 in 4 games. See if they're coming here on 3rd and 10. Better protection for the Aggies last week in the eyes of Doug Martin. They'll go to the ground and nothing doing. Big burst up the middle. Jordan Lee, terrific play for another Las Vegas native.
Yeah, Lee is the safety all the way to the left side of the screen. He's not going to be blocked. So if he's coming off the edge like that, he's going to be able to chase it down. Sometimes the D-end won't be able to chase it down from behind, but that's a good call there by Nevada defensively to have their safety blitz off the edge. That's one that if you can, you would have liked to have checked out of for New Mexico State because that play was dead to rights.
Ethan Albertson will try it from 47 yards here for Coach Martin. 8 of 11 on the season, as long as 43. This had plenty of leg, but pushes it right. Strong drive out of the gate for Coach Martin and the Aggies, but the field goal try offline. The leader of that attack, future playing on Sundays, looks pretty good on Saturdays right now, Carson Strong.
He really does. I mean, he was the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year last year as a sophomore, only his 2nd year as a starter. He's got a knee brace on that right knee. He's kind of an old school quarterback. You know, he's not as mobile as a lot of these guys you see, but he does move around pretty well in the pocket. You know, watching him on tape this week, he actually reminds me of a former teammate of mine, Drew Bledsoe. Similar style in the pocket, big arms, does a really nice job working through his progressions and even getting the ball to his checkdowns when he needs to.
And able to maneuver well enough when he needs to. With that knee, 3 surgeries on the right knee, including a couple during this year. One towards the start of fall camp, completes it in the flat there to Toa. Chris Ojo there on the stop. You look at these offensive starters for the Wolfpack, including high quality at right tackle.
Aaron Frost is another guy.
Holding defense number 7, 10-yard penalty in automatic. First down.
So our referee David Alvarez with the call, defensive holding.
Yeah, as soon as they see that tug there, they're going to get you. It was McCullough, DJ McCullough, who's the best cover guy for New Mexico State. They usually send him to the field as a result, and just got a little handsy there. Very unnecessary.
And the junior from Tampa, Florida, backs up his team. From the 40 for the Wolfpack. A strong 25 of 38, 263 in the air. 1 touchdown at Boise a week ago. And they were able to restart the ground game, but Strong taking a shot early, tipped and picked off. Intercepted by the Aggies. On the bringback, it's Caleb Mills. Has some blockers and takes it into Wolfpack territory. So Nevada looking to get something deep early, and the deflection leads to the turnover.
And that ball was a little underthrown. Strong tried to go down the seam to Stovall, and it's just a little bit underthrown. Terrific job by Bowles, the safety, who's a former linebacker, getting that right hand up. He just read the eyes of Stovall. He never turned around to look for the ball. He just saw when Stovall tried to catch it, and Strong got in on the tackle. I guess I like that part of it. If you throw a pick, you better get in on the tackle.
Just the 3rd Nevada turnover this season, and the first turnover in the last 19 drives for the Wolfpack. So the Aggies in business here. Johnson shakes free, sets it up to the outside. And that's his tight end, Tomas Whitford. 13th catch of the year for him. Dayon Henley with the stop.
See, Johnson is a thick dude, 6'3", 235, but he can move. I mean, he made a guy miss in the backfield. He is really the ideal guy to be running Doug Martin's air raid offense. He's very bright. You know, they give him a package of 3 or 4 plays a lot of times in line of scrimmage that he can choose from.
And the head coach is the offensive coordinator here for the Aggies. Johnson to the outside. Ross mentioned the size. trying to drag his way towards the first down. A late marker thrown in there. And see if face mask part of that on the way in.
You know, it feels like so often the defender gets a face mask when the offensive guy stiff arm him.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 13, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
I almost feel like it's a natural reaction. Watch when Johnson stiff arms in the face, then you grab him in the face. I'm telling you that happens all the time. You know, an offensive player is allowed to butt the face mask and the helmet. He can't grasp it, but he can butt it, and Johnson shoved him down by it. But that's rough for Jordan Lee. You get smacked in the side of the head, and you get a penalty on top of it.
Brings the football inside the 20. On the ground, Samuels, virtually no gain. Bentley Sanders, the nickel defender there, gets it done. You look at the Verizon red zone tonight, and the trips here for New Mexico State, they've squandered a lot of opportunities in the red zone.
Well, they're 113th in the country. I mean, just 48% touchdowns on their 25 opportunities. That's not going to cut it tonight. Nevada's going to end up putting some points on the board. They need touchdowns.
Doug Martin talked about it, having to match score for score, and they've got the first score on the slant. Open, converted. Jarrett Wyatt and the Aggies take the lead. 19 yards from Johnson.
It's just going to be a skinny post to the right. Terrific job by the O-line against the double A-gap blitz on either side of the center. And Wyatt is having a night already. Just beats him to the middle of the field. There's no deep safety there because of the blitz. Johnson puts it right on him. That is well done by the Aggies to convert that turnover into a touchdown.
Albertson on for the point after. And smacks this through. Now the Aggies squandered their first chance to put points on the board, but after the deflection, interception, they don't miss it this time. Beautiful ball, Johnson. Just the second home game of the season for the Wolfpack, and the band fired up, so are the visitors here. Look at the first two possessions. Missed field goal on number one, but 40 yards after the interception, and the Aggies here with the lead.
They're moving the ball. They came to play tonight. Everybody we talked to mentioned how excited they were to be on national television tonight. This is a huge opportunity for these players and their program that so far they're taking advantage of.
Again, independent squad after last season not having a season, not even able to practice, canceled again due to COVID, and Doug Martin and company trying to pick the pieces back up this season. This is a great way to start.
Well, let's take a look at that touchdown on the all 22. That means you can see every player. All of these guys up here means it's cover zero, which means they are locked. Burdell Robbins is locked at the top of the screen on Jared Wyatt. He's got him anywhere. That's tough duty, man. I mean, he can go out, he can go in. Wyatt knew it was man-to-man. The key there is the offensive line picking up the blitz to give him time. Because if you got what they call cover zero, zero is man-to-man across the board. And if you get cover zero and it's picked up, you're going to be able to get big plays like they did right there.
So we'll see how the Wolfpack operate now from behind. A week ago at Boise, all the trading of scores before Nevada seized control in the second half for another signature win of this season for the Wolfpack. In the flat, Toa able to work his way out across the 30. We were talking Nevada lineups before, and then the interception happened, but you like the right tackle here, Aaron Frost.
Right, he's the best of the bunch up front. He'll probably move inside at the next level, but he's been starting since his freshman year. It's his 29th start tonight.
On the ground, Tawa stacked up, and Trevor Brohard, redshirt junior there from Los Lunas, New Mexico, making the stop. And the rest of the Aggie defenders, who else catches your eye out of this group?
Yeah, number 3, Chris Ojo, the Eastern Washington transfer. 32 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. He's been a great addition for them.
In the flat, Strong trying to find Devontae Lee out of the backfield and took the shot as well.
They've done this a bunch already. It's Jock alone, number 24, comes on the double A-gap blitz. They want to try to get pressure right up the middle in strong space. You always hear that when teams play against Tom Brady. Although, you know what? What quarterback likes pressure up the middle? I always think it's funny. You're watching a Tom Brady NFL game. Tom Brady doesn't like pressure up the middle. Show me the quarterback that just loves when there's guys come right up the middle and hit them in the face. Nobody.
It's not a long list.
it's nobody. I don't know why they say that.
Julia Diaz with the punt. Lawrence Dixon gets away from it, takes an Aggie hop, and Wolfpack will down at about the 37-yard line. So the pick for Nevada, and then 3 and out in drive number 2, and a player down for the Aggies will step aside as he gets attended to. More from Reno in a moment. Tack just trying to get his wits about him as Jonah Johnson gets ready to operate again. And didn't think that we would say here midway the first quarter the most impressive quarterback in this game would be the one for the Aggies.
Yeah, well, he clearly has been so far. It's very early, but he's off to a terrific start.
Looking to add to the 7-0 lead, but hard to do it from your backside. There's the pressure from Nevada. Josiah Brady flashing in for the sack.
Well, here's what happened. They came with a cross dog blitz. One linebacker goes one way, the other goes the other way, and they're able to get pressure, and Johnson wanted to throw it, but it wasn't there. It's a really nice job by Nevada's secondary. They knew they were coming with pressure, so they jumped the underneath route. They didn't want to give Johnson that opportunity.
And 14 sacks in the first 4 games. They get their first of this night through the Wolfpack defense. And now the pass. Incomplete, tipped, opportunity there for Lee to dive and try to latch on. It's 3rd and long.
I think it's a good thing it got tipped. If this doesn't get tipped, I think Jordan Lee intercepts it. Peterson gets a hand on it, but look at that. Oh, man, Jordan Lee, I think, was going to jump that route and intercept it. Sometimes you get lucky when a defender tips it like that.
Johnson was searching for Lawrence Dixon.
Look at this deep zone here from Nevada. They're going to let you throw it underneath. They're not going to let you throw it deep.
Underneath it is complete, but swallowed up immediately by Henley is Isaiah Garcia Castaneda.
So difficult when you get in 3rd and that long, like 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15. There just aren't very many good throws to be had.
Doug Martin talking with Johnson. We asked him why the big leap last week. He said, hey, we protected him much better, but also he's battling a wrist injury in the throwing arm, cost him a game earlier this season, and you can see the comfort level on the offense is there too.
He is going to put up some numbers this year, and they're going to be in a bunch of games, and they're going to surprise some people, including maybe tonight.
Josh Carlson with the boot. High hanger, fair catch, and fallen on. Boy, Bentley Sanders had to be alert to cover up.
That's why you want to be right there. You got to jump on that right away if you're one of the Aggies. You want to be right there to be able to try to take advantage of that.
Torrin Union right on top of things to put some pressure on. Well, for more on Carson Strong and the Wolfpack, let's check in with Desmond downstairs.
Jason, talking to the coaching staff, one of the key attributes they said about Carson Strong was how well he takes care of the football, but another key attribute is how well he responds to adversity. Following that interception, he went to all of his players on the offensive side, gave them high fives, told them it was on me, I will respond.
And we'll see if that is the case, Desmond. Thanks.
It really wasn't that bad of a throw. It was a decent throw by Strong. It was just terrific coverage by Bowles.
Strong to the air right away. That one down the middle, and that one almost picked. Nick Jackalone, who's found a starting spot at the will linebacker. Boy, he almost had pick number 2.
Yeah, and that one was all on Strong. He telegraphed that.
Well, flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 94. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
That's a killer on Justin Segura.
Well, I don't know about that one. I mean, he took one step and then hit him. Certainly didn't jump out to me. I know they're looking to protect the quarterbacks at every level of football, but Looked to me like Segura took one step and hit him. Wasn't head or neck area, wasn't with his helmet.
Wolfpack approaching midfield. Tawa gobbled up. Michael Bowe Jr., leading tackler, stops it for no gain.
Watch the roughing the passer again. Well, I don't know about that. And then watch his hand when he gets up. It's hard to tell there.
Into the flat. Justin Lockhart getting more time in the pass offense. Again, Romeo Doubs dinged up in practice this week, we're told. So the leading receiver out for this game. Of course, Elijah Cooks, second straight year he's been lost to a season-ending injury. So some other guys getting opportunities.
And Doubs isn't just the leading receiver. I mean, Doubs led the Mountain West in receptions, yards, and yards per game last year. He's like the best receiver in the conference, arguably.
Over 1,000 yards receiving in just 9 games. First team all-conference performer.
Ooh,
Big hit. Strong dropped. Devin Bell bashing the Nevada quarterback.
yeah, bashing through the snow. I mean, that was unbelievable. Take a look at him right here. He's working against Cannon, who's back in the lineup. Oh, that's a miscommunication. Oh, man. That's a mental error, and that's how quarterbacks get hurt. Cannon thought he had the A-gap linebacker when the center, Orsini, really had him. That's a bad mental mistake there by Cannon, who missed last week with an injury. He had the D tackle. That's why Strong wasn't ready for it. He's supposed to be protected there.
5 seconds.
And I got to reset the play clock here. Again, Cannon touched on it. Missed last week. Actually missed the last 3. Hurt a knee in the season opener against Cal. And clearly not on the same page there. The boot from Diaz. Fair catch coming at the 20 for Dixon and the Aggies. Out of Mexico State, bringing the heat defensively. The Aggies, early upset thoughts, they're here. You're watching college football presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky.
I really like Johnson. I enjoyed talking with him before the game. I was impressed with how physically put together he is. 6'3", 235 pounds.
Doug Martin really effusive in his praise of his quarterback last week. Said it was the best quarterback game we've had for the Aggies in quite some time. Short one in the flat to Cole Harrity. 3-yard pickup on first down. And you mentioned it, he had some offers in the Mountain West. The Fresno State, San Jose State liked him, but the Aggies believed in him, offered him early. Plus, if you're a quarterback, you love an offense like this, you're going to throw it 30, 40 times a game.
Easily.
Another look in the air. Johnson stepping up and dropped. The pressure getting to him, and there is Tristan Nichols. He's got 6 sacks now in 5 games.
He's working against right there. And, you know, that's not a terrible job there by the right tackle, Townsend. That's really, to me, on Johnson. He's got to get rid of that ball. Now, Nichols is on fire. Came into today 7th in the FBS in sacks. Now he just got his 6th one. But that's, to me, one that Johnson needs to get rid of, even if he's just throwing it away.
3rd and a dozen. Pressure coming. Johnson goes down again. Combo this time. Trevor Price with first contact. And then Sam Hammond coming in to finish him off.
They came with the blitz. Price is chasing him down. You know, that's another one where if you're Johnson, I think the next step for him is going to be to learn to throw some of these away. You're just losing too many yards. I know he's been conditioned to not want to turn it over. His defense is playing well. There's nothing wrong with a punt, but they're losing yardage they don't need to lose. Those last 2 sacks, he had enough time to throw them away.
Flags down as Carlson launches it, but let's see about the penalty marker.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 36, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So back the Aggies up a bit further. Dylan Zalesi with the special teams penalty.
Well, and they are right in the student section there. So that's where it gets loud, and you might not be able to hear the cadence. I mean, that all of the students are right behind them.
Boot this time from Carlson. And on the return, Sanders cutting back inside. Nifty return inside the 30, and the Wolfpack with superb field position. 18 yards on the return. Defense from the Aggies, though, been spot on.
It's been really impressive. It started there with the coverage by Bowles, and then Brohard and Jockalone, they've been getting all over him. The big hit on the last drive by Devin Bell when there was a miscommunication. New Mexico State's defense deserves a lot of credit, but Nevada has not come to play offensively right now. I mean, they've had, Strong's had a couple bad throws. They've had missed assignments. Maybe they got a few too many pats on the back this week after they beat Boise State last week.
On the ground, burrowing forward is Tawa, 124 and a couple of touchdowns in that win a week ago. Ross, it's such a challenge. I've been talking about this win all week around campus. First at Boise since 1997. Most of the players of the team weren't alive back then, but a big deal for the fan base. How do you try to put that back? Jay Norvell seemed confident that his team would play like they practice, which is normally really well.
You know, it's hard at any level. I think especially in college, it's just hard. These guys see the scores of the other games. They feel good about themselves all week. Everybody's telling them how awesome it was. I mean, Boise State had beaten them 16-17, 6 straight. It was the biggest win they've had here in a long time.
And that Boise win, 4-5, but the Broncos winning at BYU today, trying to link with Cole Turner, the big tight end, but he can't hang on. And the field goal unit will trot on.
Yeah, I think this is the right decision. Looked like it was a back shoulder throw to Turner, who's got terrific hands, and he's 6'6", just couldn't quite stretch for that one. And I think with the offense, especially the passing game being a little out of sync, Norvell taking the field goal attempt is the right move here.
First team all-conference kicker Brandon Talton rockets one through from 41 yards. 4 of 4 last week in the road win, and puts the Wolfpack on the board here. Aggie from Talton puts the Wolfpack on the board.
But if you are Frank Spaziani right now, the former Boston College head coach who's now the DC for New Mexico State, you are feeling so good about what your unit has done against the explosive Wolfpack offense.
Return opportunity here for Jawan Price. To about the 22-yard line, and the Aggies ready to take over. Well, talking about the Aggie defense, the Wolfpack defense starting to heat up.
Yeah, especially the last 2 drives, getting the pressure off the edge. Nichols, who had such a big weekend last weekend against Boise State, and then the blitz. And as we discussed, they're going to keep heating up Jonah Johnson because they've seen the last series, he's tucking the ball away. He's starting to look at the rush a little bit. You don't want to do that. I would expect to see even more pressure. I think they believe they have him rattled a little bit.
Yeah, the Nevada coach is loving this defensive line depth and talent. And another one. 4th here in the opening quarter in the sack category. That's Peterson.
Take a look at the protection there. That's just poor. It's a turn protection, meaning every offensive lineman has their gap to the right, and then the back comes off the edge. But when Peterson looped around, there was nobody to block him. Omari Samuels comes over, but there were 2 guys.
His 3rd sack of the season. Credit Jack Powers for putting pressure, too. And here, Samuels trying to get the positive mojo working again for the Aggies. Lamin Toure on the tackle. Pickup of 6. Another 3rd down for the Aggies.
And that last sack, by the way, I'm not putting that one on Johnson because that one, he's supposed to be protected, and it's from his blind side. This feels like a big play if New Mexico State could convert and just keep possession of the ball.
Third and 7 here. 26 left to go opening quarter. Johnson threw it behind his top target, Jarrett Wyatt. And punt time here for the Aggies.
Not really sure what happened there. Nevada showed pressure and then came out of it. Wyatt ran the in-breaking route. And the ball was just very errantly thrown. It wasn't even near where Wyatt was running his route. And Sanders is mad at himself for not getting the interception.
So the Wolfpack defense stiffening again. Johnson tried to regroup on the sideline. As Carlson put to work one more time. Dual returners. They'll try to set up the return for Sanders. With the blocking from Jamal Bell and Brohard helping out on the special teams tackle. So 6 ticks left to go here opening quarter. And Nevada from near midfield.
Love that tackle there by Brohard. Enjoyed talking with him this week. Everything about that guy is awesome, by the way. He's got long hair. He's a captain middle linebacker wearing number 80 because he was a receiver in high school. Hasn't gotten a haircut in 2.5 years because when he was in middle school, he loved Clay Matthews, which made me feel unbelievably old when he said that this week. He was in middle school when Clay Matthews was playing.
He's getting it done. Missed a couple of games earlier this year due to COVID protocols, but makes all the defensive calls for the Aggie defense, which right now has helped New Mexico State to hold the lead here through 15 minutes into the first quarter. Set opening quarter numbers and the yardage on 4 drives for the Wolfpack, ghastly.
I mean, nobody expected that in the first quarter, but listen, that's why you actually play the games, and you have to bring it every single week. I think Jay Norvell knows he has a veteran team. They'll stay calm. They just need to get some momentum on their side. Strong has not been sharp so far.
He said you put on the tape of New Mexico State, and their record of 1-5 is not what you see on the tape. Been in every game, and Carson Strong not in rhythm right now, trying to find Milquan Stovall.
No, he's struggling. He does a nice job of coming back, but that is just a very poorly thrown ball. Stood tall in the pocket, came back to his second or third read there, and then just missed him by a lot.
3rd and long here for Strong in the offense. Trying to convert.
New Mexico State likes pressure. We'll see if they bring somebody. Right now they're showing coverage.
See what defensive coordinator Frank Spaziani dials up here. Strong surveys, throws the flat open, but good pursuit from the defense. McCullough there, along with Ojo, and it's going to be another opportunity for the Aggies to get the football back.
Right, Strong doesn't like to force the ball. He's usually pretty smart with it. They're in a 2-deep zone there. He didn't see anything that he liked. I think he might have been able to have Stovall if he had stayed in the pocket, but by the time he started to go to the right, all he had left was the check down. Spaziani, 74 years young, played defensive end for Joe Paterno in the late 60s. What a legend.
Said they felt good about the scheme they have in for this week. Some good practices as the ball hits the end zone for the touchback. He said it's an indication we could play well, not a guarantee. Right now, the indications are pretty good for this Aggie D.
Right. He said we talked to him Thursday. He said we had really good Tuesday and Wednesday practices, and we need to have another one. It has carried over so far.
More on that defense on the field. Let's check in with Desmond.
Jason, Wolfpack defensive coordinator Brian Ward normally calls the game from up top, but tonight he's down coaching on the field, and when he talks, Jason, everyone listens. He's been heavily engaged with the defensive coaches, with his defensive players, yelling out instructions. To his credit, the Wolfpack defense is keeping Nevada in this game right now.
Desmond, thanks. Fired to the outside, and Johnson overshooting his target, Garcia Castaneda.
Johnson and this New Mexico State offense have really started to cool off. I mean, their first 2 drives, they were on fire, but since then they've been going backwards. They've been going the wrong direction, and it feels like they need to get another drive going. They can't expect their defense to keep holding off Carson Strong and company.
Quick toss this time to the outside and nothing doing. That gets shut down immediately. Great work from Josiah Bradley and company.
And once again, 3rd and long, which is exactly what the Aggies and really every other team in football is trying to avoid. Because a lot of times when you're in 3rd and 9, they either can come with pressure, you got to get rid of the ball quickly, short of the line to gain, or they can drop back in coverage and force you to throw it underneath.
Johnson coming near side. He'll fire, low throw, and between the legs of his target, Terrell Warner.
That's a bad miss right there. That would have been a first down.
Took 6 drives, but the Wolfpack finally with a touchdown as Nevada vaults in front.
Yeah, take a look at Aaron Frost, the right tackle right here. I think Nevada will tell you it was a great block. New Mexico State might say it was a trip. He just got the left foot of King there, the defensive end, because Donovan King was supposed to get out there in the flat to make that tackle. And Frost just gets his left foot there so that Tawa had that room.
Such a threat rushing and receiving. And Diaz will have to get the ball back on the tee. Gintoa last week, 100+ in the ground, also 7 catches. Part of that Wolfpack attack, which a week ago scored on 8 of its first 10 drives in the game. No turnovers early on here at home in the next game. Again, able to score on 2 of those initial 6 drives. A touchdown to break ahead of the Aggies for the first time tonight. Fair catch, and while we've got a moment, let's get you back to our New York studio in Brent Stover.
Jason, A&M marches right back down. Zach Calzada with a touchdown throw to Aniyah Smith. We are tied at 38 with 3 minutes left, but Calzada had to be helped off the field after that play, guys.
Brent, thanks. Just been a crazy Saturday of football, potentially here with the Aggies pushing hard early.
Unbelievable.
Another capper.
We got a lot of Aggies.
Yeah, those Aggies, Texas A&M, and these from New Mexico State, and it's a dropped Aggie there on the ground. Nothing doing for Omari Samuels, swallowed up by Jordan Lee, and he had help.
He is a really good player. Watch Jordan Lee come flying through. You know, they're not going to block the safety. So in a lot of these runs, he's coming from depth. Omari Samuels has to hit that up sooner. It's a good job by Lee coming down late.
Henley helping out of the stop too. Samuels surging forward, trying to get back a little further than the previous line of scrimmage. 3rd and long coming up for the Aggies.
Too many 3rd and longs recently. It's been a real issue for New Mexico State after those first 2 possessions. Feels like Jonah Johnson's going to have to make a play by himself on one of these 3rd and longs.
In this air raid attack, getting more experience and change protections, routes, plays at the line of scrimmage. Trying to come up with something that'll go for at least 9. Maybe himself. Johnson, good wheels to the outside. First down, New Mexico State. But there is a penalty mark.
Man, that is such a killer.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's a good call. Sage Dockstader, the left tackle, was holding Dom Peterson when he made an inside move. You know, with that right hand, he restricted the movement of Peterson going inside, and you just can't do that. It's a good call by the officials and a very, very costly penalty for the Aggies.
So instead of a first down, 3rd and a bundle, and they'll keep it on the ground to Samuels, who gets swallowed up by Henley. And punt time again for the Aggies. And this has been the issue for New Mexico State. They've played well in stretches, but then things go sideways and not consistent for the full 60 minutes.
I mean, right when I said Johnson's got to make a play, he did. But then unfortunately, there's that penalty. That's tough because it feels like Nevada's starting to get the momentum and they're starting to get their offense clicking.
Carlson back to boot it away. Fourth punt of the night for the Aggies. And a fair catch at the 36 for Sanders. So Nevada will take over Arsenal with the reception for the sophomore out of Garfield High School in Seattle.
That's a big first down. New Mexico State had to make the play there. They got him to throw a check down on 3rd and 8. You got to be able to make a tackle short of the sticks on 3rd and 8.
Needed 8, got 9, and now Stovall with some space, cuts back, blocking assistance. Can he get to the house? Yes! Touchdown, Wolfpack. 55 yards for the junior from Palmdale, California.
They've been setting that play up, Jason, over and over again. They kept running the bubble screen to that side. That time it was a fake bubble screen, and New Mexico State bid on it. Terrific play design there by Mummy and Norvell.
No, Matt Mummy said, Stovall, he's due for a breakout game. I keep saying it. Well, the breakout is there as he gets the touchdown.
Well, they wanted to get him the ball in space, and boy, did they ever.
Point after from Talton. And big hugs there again. Cooks, Dubs both out for Nevada, but the Wolfpack with other options.
Okay, so let's take a look. They're going to fake the bubble screen here, and then Stovall's going to be wide open. They kept throwing that quick bubble here. Fake the bubble screen. Oh, no. Both DBs for New Mexico State step up. They think it's the bubble because they've run it 3 or 4 times. Stovall runs right past him. That is why play sequencing matters. How a play caller designs the plan and then calls them, it matters. Bubble screen, fake bubble screen. That's a touchdown, baby.
Carson Strong in the offense set the trap. The Aggies fell for it, and the Wolfpack rewarded. Make it 24 points in a row now for Nevada.
That's got to be such an awesome feeling for a coach like Matt Mummy and Jay Norvell. You know, you're setting it up. It's like you ever play chess, you know, and you do a move just because you kind of want to do a different move later. I mean, that's what these coaches live for. The amount of time they put in to set up a play like that. Say, hey, you know what? If we throw a couple bubble screens, these guys are real aggressive. We might be able to get them to bite on a fake bubble.
Boot from Diaz deep into the end zone. Aggies from the 25. And the celebration here with the fake cash.
What is that? So everybody has like a turnover chain or whatever. Nevada has like a touchdown, make it rain? That's a new one for me.
No, certainly a new look for this attack for the Wolfpack. Opening drive, first 5 of them, 11 yards total. Since then, 191 yards in the last 3 drives and 3 trips to the end zone. Johnson with 3:09 left to work with here in the half. That's complete and then lost. They say fumble or incomplete.
They're going to rule it incomplete. I don't think he ever had it. I think that's the right call.
Well, trying to find Terrell Warner.
Oh man, I don't know. They're going to want to take a look at this.
Claiborne with the big stick.
I don't know if he ever had control, but after the ball touched his hands, he took 3 or 4 steps. The question is, did he ever have possession while he was taking those steps?
Well, the ball out before the hit does stay incomplete.
I'm surprised they did not take a look at that one.
Johnson feathers it to the outside. Complete. cutback opportunity for Justice Powers. And into the region near midfield after a 19-yard gain for Doug Martin, who, like Jay Norvell, calls the plays for his team.
Very important series for New Mexico State to try to stay in this game, and what a difference a play makes. You think it might be a fumble in your own territory, instead you get a first down out near midfield.
Johnson, time, low throw, trying to find Garcia Castaneda.
Been a quiet night so far for Garcia Castaneda, number 2 for New Mexico. He had career-high 7 catches, 106 yards last week. And actually, the Aggie offensive line did a terrific job picking up the stunt there. Johnson had plenty of time, has to deliver that ball accurately.
This is the time where the Aggies need to try to match the offense being put up by Nevada. Short pass to Johnson. And nothing doing there. Another 3rd and long here for New Mexico State. And you heard Desmond Purnell talk about Doug Martin saying our offense got to be able to match score for score with Nevada. Well, they haven't been able to match after that initial TD. 24 straight points here for the Wolfpack. Well, timeout here with 2:22 left. So, Ross, we're talking big picture. This was your projected playoff at the start of the night. Is this changing it all now? Temple was within striking distance at halftime last night, but not after 3 quarters as the Bearcats hit the accelerator. Incomplete here on 3rd and 9. And the Aggies near midfield. Johnson and the offense will trot off.
Pretty good pocket there for Johnson. That's the 2nd or 3rd time, though, he's really led one of his receivers into the safety. That's a tough spot.
Yeah, and he was spot on early, but then as the pressure started being ratcheted up for the Wolfpack D, more of the passes have gone offline.
That's a terrific point. It felt like everything changed once the Wolfpack started to get to him.
Trying to get the fair catch was Sanders. It'll hop down and get down by the Aggies. 2:13 for the Wolfpack attack. Strong and company ready to get down to business again. And this is starting to feel like the way Nevada played last week, where that offense was going down touchdown or field goal. Again, 4 TDs, 4 field goals in those opening 10 drives.
And Norvell letting his guys know we want to go up tempo here. 2 minutes left, 1 timeout, plenty of time, especially with a veteran established quarterback like Strong. They can continue to throw the underneath stuff if they'd like.
From the 21. Strong all day to survey, but pretty good coverage here from the Aggies, and there's that decision making to just toss it away.
Must have been really good coverage because Strong had as much time as he could have possibly wanted. Let's take a look at the guys that were at the top. I think he maybe could have thrown it to Horton, but he'd already stopped looking to Horton. You know, that's the funny thing when you watch the tape like that. You watch the video, you're like, oh, that guy's open. Well, when he looked at him, he wasn't open and didn't like what he saw.
See if the picture is more to his liking now. Again, all day to survey. He'll sling it, open man across midfield, and that's Stovall who's having a big night.
Well, nobody can cover that long. I mean, they've got to get more pressure on Strong than this. He threw that while fading away. It's a really nice touch throw by Strong off his back foot, kind of fading away from it.
34 yards for the first down, and Stovall, breakout night indeed, over 100 receiving already. And he'll add to it here, quickly becoming a key target for Carson Strong.
Yeah, I don't really understand New Mexico State's strategy right now of only rushing 3. Now, they were able to get a new D-line out there because the D-line that was out there was absolutely gassed.
17 on that one to Stovall, and now number 17 has it again. Shakes out of the tackle to the near sideline, out of bounds, with about 90 ticks left to go before halftime. And he's saying, I got a face mask, and a flag's down.
Well, it's all the way on the other side of the field.
9 yards on that game. See about the marker from David Alvarez.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's 12. And maybe even 13 if you want to count him too. I've never done that with check marks before.
It's pretty good.
I usually do the counter thing, but I wanted to switch it up. Check marks are a little big. It's a little big for that. Some of the check marks are overlapping other check marks, but you get the drift.
Yeah, too many check marks for Doug Martin's leg.
It was a great job by Strong to snap it while they were trying to rotate a new D-line in.
Another end zone shot. Interception. Too easy for Cole Turner. His third TD of the season. 23 yards.
Well, he's an NFL player as well. Turner, 6'6", 240, so athletic. And when Nevada gets it going offensively, they are really fun to watch. Strong does a nice job of throwing a really nice catch ball where Turner just boxed out Dumas there. I mean, he's got him by 7 inches. Throw it up to him, show some faith and trust, and Strong's looking in the stands with a smile now. What a difference a quarter makes.
Now Nevada flat in the first and soaring here in the second. 31 unanswered points.
Well, okay, here's Turner by himself. There's a tight end that's man-to-man coverage against a corner. Think about how talented you are as a tight end. If your quarterback has the faith to just throw it up a jump ball against the #1 cover corner for New Mexico State, but that's the faith that Strong has in Turner. Two guys that are very likely to be on NFL rosters next fall.
And the 6'6" Turner working on the 5'10" Dumas had the advantage. Strong putting it up high, and his man going to get it. Carson Strong delivering again 4 straight touchdown passes.
I mean, look at those stats considering how poorly he started the first couple series. For those of you that were maybe watching other games, Carson Strong got off to a slow start, faced some adversity, had a couple sacks, missed some throws, but he has been lights out since then.
4 plays, 79-yard drive in just 47 seconds. And the Wolfpack padding the lead. Return chance for Price to the 22 and no further. Trevor Price helping out on special teams.
Still plenty of time here for New Mexico State to try to get something going. They just haven't been able to get anything going really since that second drive. They have 3 timeouts, 1:20, a very talented quarterback in Johnson. The issues have been pass protection and then connecting in the passing game. Sometimes Johnson's missed, sometimes it's just been dropped by his guys.
Full complement of timeouts here for the Aggies. Johnson launching down the field, man there. Beautiful reception for Justice Powers across midfield.
Stephon Townsend, the right tackle, might have gotten away with a hold there. Again, no need to call a timeout here because the clock stops in college football, and they've got 3 timeouts.
40-yard pitch and catch from Johnson to Powers. It's the Aggies inside the Nevada 40. Another completion, this time to Bodison. Hang on near the 30.
Yeah, sorry, Jay. They started that clock well before the chain gang was ready last time. They're supposed to wait until the chains are set.
Second and short. Ground give to Price. Surging to the 25. We'll see if the Aggies spend a timeout here. And Doug Martin doing just that to chat with his group. Again, challenge for this team, Ross, preparing for a season after not playing or practicing last season. And they and UConn, 2 teams, independents that were not able to have a season last year due to COVID, and the challenge of getting everybody up to speed. 40-plus new players on this roster.
So it was like building a program from scratch all over again. That's what it felt like.
You're talking about the chain gang not set, and the snaps there, and they're not set.
So I don't really understand that, because I know that the umpire had set the ball ready for play, but how do you even know where the first down is? I mean, if the chain gang's not set, the whole point of the clock stopping in college football on first downs is so that the chains can get set so you can see where the line to gain is. Those poor guys were still jogging down the sideline.
Getting a Saturday night workout here in Reno.
Gotta throw it away.
Johnson with Peterson giving chase, and he'll just escort him out of bounds.
So that's very frustrating as an offensive lineman right there, because that counts as a sack. What a terrific spin move by Peterson. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. So he loses 2 yards, and it counts as a sack against the offensive line. That's frustrating.
Loss of 2. And here in field goal range, where Albertson missed on the initial drive of the game for the Aggies. That one thrown away by Johnson, targeting Price on the outside. Henley there, tracking him all the way. See what Doug Martin finds on the play sheet here on 3rd down coming up.
So you see right there, Don Peterson getting free again. Before the snap, I saw Sage Dockstader tapping his hip. That means he's telling the running back, I'm blocking down, meaning anything outside of me, you have to block. But Juwan Price just went out for a route. They're not on the same page.
Pressure again. And Johnson just heaving it away. Well, 4th down, are you taking the points here, or are you thinking about trying to convert?
Down 24. I'd probably kick a field goal here. Get it to 21 points. I know it's a 3-score game either way, but 3 scores and 2-point conversions, pretty unlikely.
Offense has not left the field.
He's been under such pressure, and now 4th and 12. He's going to have to try to force the ball down the field. This could easily be an interception.
40% success rate on 4th downs this year for the Aggies. Johnson to the end zone, throws it up and picked off. Sanders with the INT. Not a lot to work with for Johnson, so he decides to put it into the end zone.
No, that was a good decision by him. I mean, there's 30 seconds left. Now 19 in the first half. Watch. Lobs it up. It's one-on-one back there. I don't really have a huge issue with the decision. It just wasn't a great throw. It's almost like he didn't see Sanders was sitting there waiting for that throw.
Now, did he get down in bounds? That's the question there.
Yeah, I think he got one. I think he got that 1 foot down. Boy, I'm not sure. Maybe his rear hit down before he went out of bounds.
Well, it's spotted here at the previous line of scrimmage, so it's an incomplete. Either way, it's football here for Nevada, and the short run from Toa will keep the clock moving. As
was all Carson Strong. The touchdown to Lockhart. I love the fake bubble screen to Stovall that he took to the house. And then finally, Cole Turner, the big tight end, in the corner of the end zone.
First quarter, Carson Strong, 2 of 5, 11 yards and an interception. After that, 14 of 16 for 239, 4 touchdowns. You add it up, and it's a super half, especially that electric second quarter.
It was like an avalanche. You know, it was like it started slowly and then just came fast.
And again, that thought from the Aggies of being able to match the Wolfpack offense hasn't been there of late. Let's check in on the sideline with Desmond Burnell.
Jason, I spoke with Wolfpack head coach Jay Norvell. He gave the Aggies credit for throwing some different looks at them defensively, said it hurt the offensive execution in the early going, but he credited his defense for keeping the team in the game. And he also gave credit to his quarterback, Carson Strong, for responding to that first quarter interception. He said he did a nice job of finding the soft spots and helped lead this team to 31 unanswered points. As for the Aggies, head coach Doug Martin told me that pass protection was a concern entering the game. He said that it's the reason that they've fallen behind tonight. If they're going to get back into this game, the pass protection has to improve.
The tackling's got to get better too, Desmond, as you see Lockhart roaming free after the catch and the missed tackle by the Aggie defense, 30 yards in the first half.
Yeah, you absolutely have to make this tackle right here if you're Dumas. He missed last week. Nice little wiggle right there by Lockhart to make Dumas miss. They've had a lot of success with those quick look passes and bubble screens. Here's another one.
To the outside, this is Horton, and he gets knifed down by Brohard there on the stop after a 4-yard gain.
It's basically, you always hear announcers say it's an extension of the run game. It's not an extension of the run game. It's a pass, but it's a way to get the ball on the perimeter to your playmakers in space right away. I don't like when people say it's just like the run game, because it's not a physical play by your offensive line.
And flag down.
False start, offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Stovall had the touchdown of the first half, and now it cost his team 5. Again, this air raid system for the Wolfpack under Jay Norvell, kind of implementing those principles from the pistol made famous here at Nevada by former coach Chris Alt. And that combination, and we saw against Kansas State, they struggled with the run, couldn't win that game last week. The running game opened up for Tao and others to get this offense at full bore.
Feels like they haven't run it in a while.
And because the passes have been wide open, another one to Horton came into this game averaging 19 yards per catch. That one's worth 14 in the first.
Right, top of the screen, Torrey Horton, he's just going to run an in-breaking route against the zone. And as soon as Strong looked underneath, Jock Alone, the linebacker, tried to jump the underneath route, which freed things up behind it for Horton. Strong does a good job of manipulating the defense with his eyes.
He'll look down this time to the back. And on the side, that's actually not the back. That's Stovall out there, but essentially serving as a running back, and that out there for Strong.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really liked about Strong's tape. He is not afraid to just keep throwing those underneath passes. If you're going to give that to him, he knows completions are what you're looking for, and that's easy. He's changing the play here. Now he changed it again. Still has 10 seconds left on the play clock. He is running the show out here. Now I think he's changed it to a run.
Delayed give, and there's space on the ground. Shooting free, Avery Morrow, first and goal Wolfpack.
Boy, how often do you see that? Where a quarterback has enough time to make 2 audibles. They run the draw, they get him upfield, and just able, nice job by Morrow in open field with the stiff arm on Bowles there. But first he was going to throw it when he saw coverage. Then, as you see the Verizon red zone, when he saw they were coming with the blitz, he thought, you know what, I'm going to hit him with the draw right up inside.
22 yards for Morrow, his longest carry of the year, to the end zone, trying to find Turner for the second time tonight, and Dumas with the nice swat.
That's a really nice play by Dumas. I mean, he's given up 8 inches. Look at him. This is the matchup they went to earlier. He's physical with them, doesn't interfere, sticks that left hand up. Really well done by Dumas. That is not easy.
Again, 6 games for the Aggies this year. He's only played in 2, but he's got a couple of interceptions, forced a fumble in those games thus far, and the big defensive stop there. Second and goal for Strong. To the outside, go right back to it, and this time Turner hangs on. Touchdown, Nevada. 3 yards and TD2 for him again on the night.
I mean, the guy's an absolute weapon. Let's make sure it's a catch. But they just keep throwing these fade balls, these back shoulder throws. Perfect placement again. He's down, ball's in his hands. Yeah, that's a catch. I mean, McCullough didn't get it out of there until he was already laying on the ground for a couple seconds. Good job there by the officials. Watch, you're going to make it rain now. Whose idea was that? I want to know what the sideline thing is for every team in college football. Nevada's, I guess, because it's Reno. All the casinos, all the slot machines, making it rain on the sideline when they score a touchdown.
You have the confetti flying through the stands as well. Right now, the offense for Jay Norvell is flying high, too.
Well, when you have a guy like Cole Turner, that's exactly who you want to get the ball to in the red zone. Another touchdown for the big fella.
Reno, things are rolling nicely now for the Wolfpack. 7 plays, 75 yards, and the second touchdown grab of the night for Cole Turner.
He is a weapon. Man, he is really impressive. I can see why he is a draftable NFL prospect at tight end. He really plays just like a really big receiver out there, which is what they want these days.
Again, 2 top threats for the Wolfpack, wide receiving wise, out. And Cooks for the season, Dubs for tonight. Carson Strong in the offense, still with plenty of options to choose from, and he finds a lot of them. You look at the Sonic quarterback comparison tonight. Johnson with a strong start, but Strong is just pouring it on.
It's unreal that those first couple series for Strong, we were like, oh man, he doesn't look good tonight. Now he's 21 to 27, 300 yards, 5 touchdowns after the first series of the third quarter. Now the question, I guess, is how long Jay Norvell will keep him in.
And we'll see how that plays out as the leads advanced here to 38-7. If Johnson and the Aggies can find some rhythm here on offense. And they just glided down the field. First drive, missed the field goal after the pick, set up shop again and scored. But since then, just no real semblance of kind of continuity for this group.
No rhythm. You're right. They've taken turns. It's either been the O-line not blocking the right guy, or a miss by Johnson, or a drop.
Well, 8 yards on first down certainly helps the cause. And then the flare out to Harity on the outside to move the chains for 5. And this team has scored points again a couple of weeks ago against Hawaii. Ended up losing by 10, 41-31. Last week against San Jose State, fell 31-27. Johnson certainly showing tons of promise. Price twisting his way forward. Henley in there on the stop.
Henley's a really interesting player. Played quarterback in high school at Crenshaw in Los Angeles. Came to Nevada, played receiver, then safety. Now he's a linebacker. He might be the most athletic guy on the team.
And Jay Norvell saying, didn't know where he was going to play, just that he would play. And he's been an impact guy, trying to find Garcia Castaneda. Screaming down the sideline, A.J. King right there all the way.
This is a 9 route, right down the field, fly route. Good job by King, stride for stride, didn't panic, got his head around for the ball, got the left hand in there. Boy, that is so well done. That's the second really nice play that A.J. King has made. He was stride for stride with Garcia Castaneda, who's really the deep threat for the Aggies.
Yeah, he's got 3 catches for 40 yards or more this year. That's top 15 in all of FBS. 3rd and 8, Johnson takes the hit, got it off, complete, but short of the first down. That's King on the tackle, snagging Warner short of the sticks.
You know, New Mexico State keeps sliding their protection, meaning they're squeezing it because Nevada is showing that it looks like they're going to bring the linebackers in the A-gap, but then the linebackers, they drop out of it, and the guy comes off the edge scot-free. Doug Martin and his coaching staff have to do a better job.
He was talking this week. The D-line maybe not as big as the last few foes for the Aggies, but man, they move fast, especially that linebacking core. Defensive pressure has come from from a variety of spots tonight. Punt from Carlson, down inside the 20. Carson Strong gets a lot of the headlines, but boy, don't sleep on this Nevada D. Half dozen sacks in the first half and keeping the hammer down at home.
It just started this season. It was created by running back coach Vi Tower. He says that it's here to stay. The players really love it, and they react to it very fondly. So, guys, anytime you see this team score, or whenever you see them force a turnover, it's going to rain. It's going to rain.
It's been raining a lot tonight here in Reno as this offense has picked it up. And Carson Strong back at it again. Desmond, thanks.
It's just funny, man. I enjoy the creativity of some of the sideline stuff.
The creativity of this offense, too. Strong to Stovall, who adds to it here. Across the 40, first down. Another big play to start off this Wolfpack drive.
Well, that's all it's been since 35 seconds left into the second quarter. They have just been on fire ever since.
23 yards on the opening play of this drive, and now to Stovall near side, rumbling down to the 45, make it the 44, and another first
That's
down
not
here
good right
in
there.
Nevada.
Sorry, Jay. Lockhart right there. They've already lost Cooks, and Dub's not playing tonight. They can ill afford to lose Justin Lockhart, who had a terrific game last week. 5 catches, 94 yards. They needed all of them to beat Boise State.
Strong with another 300-yard outing, averaging 300 on the season. 10 of those now in his career, and adding to the total with the reception from Portland. Here's the play involving Lockhart.
Yeah, you see Brohard comes in and gets him around the ankles. Brohard just plays so hard. He's always there, and Lockhart got up. Tough to see much right there.
We'll see if Lockhart does return. Here's Strong again, going through his reads.
Yep, they're showing a blitz.
So he fires to the outside, has a man in space, and Nevada has another touchdown. Harry Ballard able to lug it to the end zone. 33 yards, and Nevada continues to pile up points.
Well, it's just that bubble screen they've been doing all game. Ballard gets pretty good blocks out there. Holton gets one. A missed tackle again by the Aggies. A couple of them, in fact. I think Ballard really was only even in the game because of Lockhart getting dinged up.
So going deep into the depth chart for Ballard, picks up. Nevada had 3 points after a quarter, and now 45 near the midway point here in the third, pouring it on against New Mexico State. A look at our Geico difference makers, including the guy at the controls of this air raid offense.
I mean, I don't know if we'll see him anymore, but look at those stats. It's just ridiculous. 25 of 31, a bunch of it's been to Melquan Stovall. Only one touchdown, as Strong's done a nice job of spreading it around, but Stovall has been deadly after the catch.
Came in with 14 catches on the season, the first 4 games, and throws in 7 tonight.
Right, and if you don't know the story and you're sitting here as you see Lockhart getting stretched out and you say, well, okay, this Carson Strong is really good. Why is he at Nevada and not Johnson bought time? A perennial
nice job
Power
escaping the
5
pocket.
He's got a school, and the reason is because he got hurt his senior year. He missed his whole senior year.
Well, he's great find for Nevada. Well, we've got a moment. Let's check in with Desmond on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, you see Justin Lockhart down stretching right now. They've also given him water. They've had him on the bike. He suffered a muscle cramp in his right calf muscle. He's doing everything possible to get himself back into this game.
See him getting stretched out there. We'll see if Lockhart does return. And all the potential in the beginning of this game for Jonah Johnson. Trying to see if they can get down the field, put some points on the board, and build some confidence for this group. First down there to Andre Boderson.
It's a tall slot receiver, 6'5". Reminds me of Marcus Colston. Remember when the Saints, they were one of the first teams to have put the tall guy in the slot. And that's what Broderson does right there.
To the outside. Warner with the catch. King on him immediately with help from Henley.
I like this King. A.J. King, that's the third really nice play he has made in this game already. They got a nice pair of corners with Robbins on one side and King on the other.
Sophomore from Los Angeles. 4 on the pickup for the Aggies. And the give, Price powering through towards midfield. 3rd and short ahead.
You will not see any quit from this New Mexico State team. They're going to keep playing. They're going to keep trying to put some points on the board.
Johnson trying to do it himself on the sneak. Henley wrapping it up with help from Lawson Hall.
He's close, but I think he's a little short. They will go for it, or at least they should, certainly.
Well, Doug Martin this week getting the high water mark for the Aggies a few years ago, and they went and won the Arizona Bowl in 2017. But he said this is like his favorite team because of everything they persevered through, not having that season last year.
Yeah, he loves this team and the character of it and how they've approached the last couple years. Yikes.
4th and short, not going to get there. Stop the pressure up front. A whole host of pack defenders there, including Henley doing his thing one more time.
They try to go with a power scheme with the right guard, Ferris, pulling. But then what happened is Ferris and Preciado, the left guard, both ended up blocking the same guy, and there was nobody there for Henley. Number 11 was pretty decently blocked otherwise, but just too much penetration, and Price not able to do anything against Henley.
So a stand from the Wolfpack. Carson Strong remains at the quarterback spot. Again, the early interception, just his 3rd of the season. Since then, he's responded with 6 TDs.
I got to be honest with you, I don't think I would have him in the game anymore. With the way the defense is playing, 45-7.
Trying to find a man on the outside. It's dropped incomplete. Carson Walters, the target.
Oh, he did catch it. He caught that. That didn't touch the ground. Did you see that?
It did. Well, Strong comes out.
Oh, they put him in for one play. I was going to say, I would not have him in the game anymore.
Nate Cox.
Maybe they heard me.
The backup is in. He'll go to the outside. And again, Nevada getting a bunch of their backups there, including Wesley Comer, running back with a 4-yard reception.
So is my microphone going to the people watching on TV, or is it going to the Nevada coaching staff? Because I said I don't think I'd have Strong in anymore, and they pull him. How about this, a 6'9" quarterback? When's the last time you saw a 6'9" quarterback? I don't think ever.
Senior from Lafayette, Louisiana.
And he can run it.
Legging it out.
Gosh, he's got some long legs. You're right. Tallest quarterbacks you can think of? 6'8" Dan McGuire. Remember 6'8" Dan McGuire?
Yep.
Ryan Mallett was a good 6'7", but 6'9", standing tall in the pocket.
And throwing it downfield. Trying to find Reagan Roberson, one of the tight ends on this roster, and a flag is down.
Boy, that looked like good coverage to me. As our guy Brohard, a little late to get up.
Pass interference, defense, number 80, 15-yard penalty in an automatic. First down.
It's a Brohard flag for it, trying to stay with Roberson.
Let's see. Hard to tell from that angle. Obviously, he didn't get his head around, but did he touch him early? I don't know about that one. I'm always a fan of when in doubt, let him play. See, he's mad. I don't blame him. I thought that was actually pretty good coverage. When in doubt, don't throw the flag would be my philosophy.
In the flat again. Another touch for Comer.
It's really valuable for any college football program to get a big lead like this and get all of their twos some reps like this. You know, it can be young guys or it can be your backup like Cox. You don't know when you're going to need the guys that are in right now to get into a game, in a competitive game, when you absolutely need it when somebody else gets hurt.
Cox coming into this game 3 of 3 passing on the season for 60 yards. Looking for his first touchdown, and it's dropped. Jamal Bell had a chance for it, couldn't hang on.
Oh, man. That is so rough. I can speak to this. When you're a backup that doesn't play much and you get an opportunity like that, that will, if Bell can't make up for it the rest of the game, that will just eat away at him. That he got a chance to play, he got an opportunity, but wasn't able to catch that. The sophomore from Lancaster, California.
Cox thinking he maybe had his first touchdown pass of the season. We'll have another crack here on 3rd and 7. Pressure coming from the Aggies. Great pursuit there from Bo.
You know, do you think it's Lancaster, California, or is it like Lancaster? As you see the pressure, and Cox just got rid of it. But in Pennsylvania, where you and I live, it's Lancaster. But people think it's Lancaster or Lancaster. It's Lancaster. But in different states, even though it's spelled the exact same, I probably pronounced it wrong because I pronounced the Pennsylvania version, and people are going to be hitting me up on Twitter.
Well, let's see if we have this pronunciation. Brandon Talton for his second field goal tonight, hit from 41 earlier. This one from 31, and it's off the upright.
Wow.
Again, have been 9 of 10 field goal wise this year, and 5 of 5 inside the 40. So pings it off the post. About the only thing slowing down this Wolfpack freight train right now. As Burdale Robbins had a little robbery. Flag is down on the play.
It's a really nice job by Robbins. Watch, he right away when he's holding him up, now he goes for it. Wyatt's butt might have been on the ground. His rear might have hit the ground before Robbins pulled it out. They're going to have to take a look at that. Watch. Hard to tell there. I think it was starting to come out before his hind end hit the ground.
The play was a touchdown. The contact in question was legal.
It's a touchdown, according to referee David Alvarez. And a frustrating night continues here for the Aggies.
Let's take a look at it. He's down. Right there, he's down.
Yeah, but the ball, he doesn't have 2 hands on the ball anymore.
Yeah, the ball was starting to come out before he was down. I don't think there's going to be enough to overturn it. They're going to take a look at it, though, I believe.
Tim England is our replay official. Again, the whistle there before the point after.
Doug Martin's actually out on the field.
Jarrett Wyatt had a handful of nice catches on those initial 2 drives for the Aggies, and then had this one and lost it.
See, right there, his backside is down on the ground, and he still has the ball. I mean, he hasn't lost it yet. That is one where I believe if they called him down on the field, they would. Look, he's down, and he has not lost the ball out of his grasp yet. He still has 2 hands on
The
it.
New Mexico State head coach would like to challenge that after the interception, the runner was down.
So Doug Martin going to see if he can help save the day for Wyatt. And Robbins going to see if his TD stands up.
Well, it's certainly worth it for Doug Martin to try this. See if we see it right here. He's starting to lose it, but he still kind of has it. and his backside is down. I don't have any more synonyms for backside. Jay, you got me on any here maybe?
On the rear end here?
I said rear, I said hind end. I don't think I said hinder. That's what like my wife says to my daughters.
Backside?
I said backside. Buttocks. Caboose. There's a lot more. I feel like I'm choking right now.
So the call on the field was the return for touchdown after the theft from Robbins.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown is confirmed. New Mexico State discharged the timeout and cannot challenge the rest of the game.
So the Aggies lose a timeout. Their challenge privileges revoked, and Robbins gets to celebrate.
Does he get to make it rain? We didn't get to see him make it rain. Maybe he already did. That'd be weird if you made it rain and then they overturned it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Do you have to give the money, the fake money back? The Wolf Bucks back?
Celebration time for Robbins on the sideline. Talton back out there for the point after. And Ross, again, this offense is going to score points. It's done that, especially when you've got a future NFL guy, it seems, and Carson Strong at the controls. But if this defense continues to play and get you more possessions, 3 turnovers in the win against Boise last week, and then that beautiful strip right there.
This is one of the wilder games I think I've ever called. New Mexico State drove the ball, missed a field goal on their first drive. Then they scored a touchdown. So they were up 7-0, could very easily have been up 2 scores, could have been up 10-0. And now there's still almost 5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's 52-7.
And we were talking Mountain West before and that big performance for San Diego State. Again, these teams meeting in a non-conference affair. They were both members of the Big West for much of the 90s, and then they were together in the WAC from 2005 to 2011. Last meeting in 2011, Nevada won that in Las Cruces, 48-34, and right now Wolfpack going to make it 14-2 in the series all time. Kickoff from Diaz, fielded at the 3, and that's Price who gets popped. Well, you talk about key Mountain West wins this year. Wolfpack have one of them, that season opening win at Cal.
Yeah, they really did. Fresno State beating number 13 UCLA. Boise State today beating number 10 BYU. Think about top 15 ranked teams. Very impressive. And for San Diego State to take down not 1 but 2 Pac-12 teams is very impressive.
And so the Aztecs still unbeaten, getting the national publicity. Again, curious right now as you look around the league, Ross, with San Jose State. Nick Starkel hurt. Spartans, the defending Mountain West champs, go to Colorado State today and get thumped by the Rams. And Air Force, we saw earlier tonight here on CBS Sports Network with a nice win against previously unbeaten Wyoming. Going to be a frenetic finish here in conference in both divisions.
There's a bunch of good teams, no question.
Johnson to the outside. Not enough time there for Price to turn around and get it, and it couldn't quite get that play to fully develop. 3rd and long. Been a formidable spot for this Aggie offense since those opening 2 drives. Yeah,
Juwan Price just didn't quite get his head turned around in time, but you got to be ready. You never know when the quarterback's going to put it on you.
Look at that. Converted the first 2 third downs since then. A goose egg.
That is incredible.
In 11 tries. Pressure coming.
There you go.
Out in the flat, Alex Escobar latching onto it. First down, Aggies. 15 yards on the pickup there for the redshirt sophomore from Peoria, Arizona. His second reception of the year. For Doug Martin, still trying to get this group on track. They've got a rugged stretch coming up. Bye week for the Aggies next week. Wrapped up here on the short carry is Escobar. That's Henley again, front and center. They're going to play Hawaii at Hawaii round 2. They already played the Rainbow Warriors earlier this year, again, as an independent, trying to figure out games, so it's a home and home with Hawaii this year.
Yeah, there were some teams that did that last fall, you know, with the COVID year, more or less.
Johnson, deep ball. Warner trying to come back to it, but had somebody step for step with him, and that was Jaden Dedman. And for Doug Martin, said underestimated last year how hard losing that season would be and the effect it would have on the program, especially the fact they couldn't practice again. New Mexico really shut a lot of things down. Remember the Lobos from New Mexico, part of the Mountain West, were able to relocate and continue their season in conference. Johnson serving on 3rd and 10. Nice grab. Did Wyatt hang on the edge?
They're going to say no.
Incomplete.
Boy, it was a terrific effort by Wyatt to get that toe drag swag, as Nate Burleson would say. Watch him extend. Yeah, it doesn't look like either one of those toes was able to stay down when he went up for it.
Yeah, he's been the leading receiver for the Aggies tonight. 5 grabs for 52 yards. And Josh Carlson's leg getting a workout tonight. Sanders back deep again. Nice hop, rolling out of the 21-yard line. And the Wolfpack attack ready to roll again. Again, missing 2 top receivers, but other guys stepping up.
Pretty good ratio there for Cole Turner. He caught a touchdown on 100% of his receptions tonight. The touchdown maker.
Again, a lot of nice toys for Carson Strong to utilize, and that's the guy that does it. And that's the one thing, Ross, talking to Jay Norvell and just watching him, he seems to find everybody and make the proper reads most of the time. He's back up in there now. That's the reception for Comer. And going deeper into the depth chart, Clay Millen get the call now with quarterback. There's an opportunity for Jay Norvell and company to get some more players some experience here on offense.
Well, Millen's a freshman from Washington State, and so he could very likely be the guy next year. They want to get him as many reps as possible. I said it earlier, I'll say it again, this is invaluable for him. Carson Strong's a junior. There's a decent chance that this is his last year. His backup, Nate Cox, who was in for one series, is a senior. So they need to get Millen ready to go for next year. 6'3", 188. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce Snoqualmie, Washington, maybe? Snoqualmie. I'm going to go with Snoqualmie, Washington. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong.
West Coast town pronunciation on a Saturday night here with Ross Tucker.
Hit me up on Twitter at Ross Tucker NFL if I got that one wrong too. I'm trying.
To the outside, and that's a low throw. Trying to find Tyrese Mack. And had space, but just not delivered on the right spot.
Yeah, just a short hop throw. It is interesting to me. It's always a weird situation, right? It's like you're up 52-7. Why are you throwing the ball, right? But on the flip side, you're running a Division I FBS program. You're trying to get your quarterback ready to go. Who knows if Millen has to get into a game? Plus, he's very likely their quarterback next year, or at least there's a decent chance. They want to get him some actual game reps.
Diaz smacking it. See the backtracking there on the return from Dixon, and a flag coming in.
Flags have really hurt the Aggies as well. I think this is probably a block in the back on Terrell Warner. Bottom right of the screen, right there. You see that push by Warner. That's a good call. I mean, they have to call that. Sometimes that just looks like almost a frustration penalty.
The kick, block in the back, receiving team number 7, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, time now for the Old Trapper Beef Jerky player of the game. Guess who?
Maybe Mr. Strong? The strong-armed one? Really, really impressed with how he spreads the ball around, different receivers, different parts of the field, takes the check down. Although I will say that jacket does not look all that warm. That looks like a jacket meant to prevent rain or precipitation. Doesn't look like it's keeping them all that warm.
Well, you are
Isn't it? That jacket looks pretty thin. I guess it traps in the body heat. Man, I'm going to get tweets about a lot of different things. People are going to tell me, oh no, that's actually a thermodynamic, or I don't know.
You'd be a cold weather gear aficionado from your time with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, those jackets, that doesn't look very thick to me. Or like it would keep them warm.
Proud of you, by the way. You haven't had to break out the jacket, the gloves, or the hat that you brought prepared here.
No, you know what? I think we've got these lights on behind us so that we have some heat. Look, he's on a heated bench too. I saw the propane tank behind him. These are diehards right there. These fans that are still here, these are absolute diehards. Yeah, it's 10:30. What's the temp right now?
Dropping down, expected to get to the 30s. Reception hauled in there by Wyatt, number 6 of the night. You see the fans that are sticking it out. I'm glad you're sticking it out with us as we get ready to go to the 4th with the Wolfpack in control.
Put the 4 fingers up, Jay. Let's go. 4 fingers up. We're finishing strong for you guys, we promise.
The Pack goes pink tonight, promoting on defense. Trying to get Johnson some more work and success. Ball down the middle.
That is a nice throw.
And Garcia Castaneda able to latch onto it. Big hit coming, stood in there with Peterson on the prowl.
Impressed by his toughness, impressed by his ability to make that throw. Even though he was about to get hit, didn't step into it at all. He flicked his wrist and put that 30 yards down the field.
26-yard pitch and catch, and now another one to Bodison. Another first down. That's good for 22. And that wrist was part of the reason he missed the win for the Aggies against South Carolina State. Their third-string quarterback, Dino Maldonado, led the team to victory. But back healthy, you can understand why Johnson's front and center and the leader of this offense.
He is such an effortless thrower. It's fun to watch the ball leave his hand.
Ooh, little tall, even for the 6'5" target, Bodison.
It's interesting to see defensively. A lot of starters still out there for the Wolfpack. They have not substituted as liberally on that side of the ball. As you see the safety Jordan Lee making the play.
So, for the Wolfpack coming up, it's going to be challenging stretch of games, including right back here next Saturday night against Hawaii on CBS Sports Network. Down the middle, that's complete. Johnson with a dart to Warner, 18 yards in the score.
Same play. And that's the same play they scored the touchdown on in the first quarter. It's just a post coming from the right side of your screen. It's a post working against the split safety. Good job by Warner to get the entire body in front of Lee, who was a little late to react that time.
able to score it here against that Wolfpack front line defense. Daniel Grisiak had pressure, couldn't quite get to Johnson. Has it right on the money. Albertson for the extra point. And a touchdown there for Terrell Warner. His first of the season. Johnson finding the target as weekend is Saturday night from Reno. Albertson ready to boot it away. And the liner and Wolfpack football coming up from 25. Well, we've been seeing the #1 team go down today in Alabama to Texas A&M. You got any idea who's #1 in the race for the Heisman at this point?
Well, it was Bryce Young until today. Now, it's not really his fault necessarily that they lost the game. I think they scored 38 points, but you know how this award is now, man. I mean, the award goes to the best skill position player, usually the quarterback on one of the 2 or 3 best teams. So, frankly, I think Bryce Young probably still has the best chance out of these 4 guys. I don't know if Michigan State's going to keep winning. I don't know if Desmond Ritter's going to play enough high-profile games. I would say it's still wide open.
Can Michigan State keep winning? They've impressed thus far.
They have, but they got a tough schedule. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. It's going to start to get tougher for them.
And we touched on it a little bit for Nevada as Cox comes back in. Schedule's going to get tougher for them. We mentioned the game against Hawaii next Saturday night, then at Fresno State and at UNLV. And again, the Rebels gave Fresno State all they could handle a couple of weeks back. Then they're home against San Jose State, at San Diego State, Air Force, Colorado State still to come. So big chunk of the Mountain West schedule still on the horizon here for the Wolfpack, but they're playing right now, especially offensively, as good as any.
They really are. And I got 2 pieces of good news. Well, Nevada's still running the hurry up here. I mean, that's just what they do, I guess. But usually when you have this much of a lead, you want to shorten the game, keep the clock running, and you want to take the play clock all the way down. That's just not what Nevada does. They run the air raid. They want to put up points. They want to put up yards. And maybe most importantly, they want Nate Cox to run their offense, so if anything ever happens to Strong, he's got a lot of reps running their offense. I love that we have a 6'9" quarterback to watch. I mean, I've never seen this before. We were talking during the break, Brock Osweiler. There's another 6'8" quarterback, but this is the tallest guy I think I've ever seen throw a football.
And he throws it in the right spot, and that's Ballard. You screen down before, and you see Cox hustling up there, trying to get them play with tempo.
I don't blame him, man. I mean, he's a senior. He doesn't get to play very much. He wants to get going. I think he wants to throw a touchdown pass.
Had one dropped on a previous drive here in the half. On the ground. Again, the pickup here for Comer, 7 yards.
So all these things, you know, whether it's personnel on defense or play calling on offense, it's a balance. You know, this is big-time Division I FBS football. You're trying to always get ready for that next moment, but you also, on some level, you don't want to get this game finished without suffering any injuries.
False start, offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So the infraction there on Jacob Nunez cost the Wolfpack some yards.
By the way, I had multiple people tell me that on Twitter, at Ross Tucker NFL, that I was correct with Snoqualmie. I got Snoqualmie right. And it's kind of cool, but Clay Millen is the son of former Patriots quarterback Hugh Millen.
Sack as Cox is dropped. And that's Eric Marsh, redshirt junior from Mesa Community College, making the play. Now a factor here for the Aggies defensively.
Marsh has been filling in for Brohar and doing a nice job. They've been bringing him on a lot of blitzes. 3rd and 16, you would expect to throw here.
See what Cox can do facing 3rd and 16. Altering things at the line. Aggies show pressure. Coming strong. Cox throwing it deep, and the receiver had cut off the route. Closest guy to the football was Torrin Union.
They're going to go for it. That's an interesting decision, too. 4th and 16. I'm not sure why you would go for it here. 4th and 16. I mean, oh, here comes a quick kick. All right. The 6'9 kicker can quick. Oh, boy.
Snap over the head of the 6'9 QB. Now he'll try to punt it.
Was he going to be lefty from the start? He just punted that lefty. I don't even think he's left-footed. What can't the 6'9 quarterback do?
Nate Cox improvising.
We got to find out if he's left-footed or not. I think he's right-handed, so he's probably right-footed, but then he got that off with his left foot. That was the best left-footed punt by a 6'9 quarterback in football history. Don't go anywhere.
Watch who's proven quality.
Catch Inside College Football on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Pass complete here from Johnson to Garcia Castaneda. Working his way towards midfield. Boy, there's a lot to discuss after this Saturday.
Wow, Jared Wyatt, the defensive back right there. They still have all their starters in as well.
22 yards on that pickup. Johnson looking to sing it downfield again. Does, but maybe picked. Did he get a foot in bounds? That defensively was Mikhail Bradford racing over. Guy just put on scholarship this week.
Oh, very close. Very close. Terrific play by Bradford. The coaches love him. They were raving about him.
He's been playing a lot of meaningful snaps of late for this Nevada team.
That is a tough road to be a walk-on at an FBS program and earn a scholarship. That is not easy.
And the redshirt senior from Compton getting that honor earlier this week.
Well, I was going to say both these teams are in the top 10 in the country in passing percentage. They both throw the ball over 66% of the time, so they're going to keep doing what they do. They're going to keep throwing it. That's what these coaches believe in. That's their philosophy. And so if you like seeing the ball in the air, you're still going to see it a bunch.
49th pass attempt of the night for Jonah Johnson, and it's off target, trying to find Price out of the backfield. Flag down.
Complete pass. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 92. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
That's Amir Johnson, a redshirt senior from Las Vegas. Out of Bishop Gorman Power program. Under 10 to go. Nevada hoping to put this one in their pocket and start the preparation for Hawaii.
You got to bring it every week in the Mountain West. Hawaii knocked off Fresno State last week.
Near sack. Boy, he just warded it off and finds his man in the end zone. What a play for Johnson as he finds P.J. Johnson III.
I'm telling you, that's what Jonah Johnson did last week against San Jose State. He can make some plays. He is strong. Watch P.J. Johnson, 22. He's going to run it out and up. Wow, he kind of cut inside, almost gave up on the route. You can't give up when Jonah Johnson is your quarterback. What a play. I mean, Jonah Johnson had a defensive tackle wrapped around him.
Just shrugged him off. Extra point from Albertson, 34-yard, as the quarterback listed at 238 pounds, 6'3", sheds the defender and sends.
Go back to the 6'9", lefty stud punter, Nate Cox.
Albertson to the end zone, and the return is on here for Nevada. And we have a flag down. We do. Back near midfield. And that
3
was
flags.
Bell on the return, coming up a little bit gimpy. And he'll hobble off and get attended to.
Illegal numbering, kicking team, 2 players are wearing number 13, 5-yard penalty will be enforced in the end of the play, first down.
The old double number that rears its head in college football every once in a while. Can't have 2 guys wearing the same uniform on the field at the same time.
You don't see that very often.
Well, Ross Tucker had questions. Desmond Purnell, do you have answers?
Russ, you wanted to know if Nate Cox was a left-legged kicker. The answer is yes and no. He punts with his left leg, but he kicks field goals with his right leg. He says his teammates get confused about it, so he has to explain it to them. He told me that he is one of the most unique players you'll ever see. He kicks with both legs. He's 6'9". Let's just call him the unicorn.
Wait a minute. I am stunned. I don't know how much time we have left in this game. I want to talk about Nate Cox the whole rest of this game. I mean, Desmond was like he punts with his left foot, but he kicks field goals and extra points with his right foot. And how long has he been kicking? Obviously, he did in high school. I mean, during the next commercial break, I am Googling Nate Cox high school highlights.
Millen, by the way, is the quarterback in this time. And he feels the pressure of the Aggie D. Marsh there to bring him down, along with help from Josh Ferguson, the redshirt freshman from Katy, Texas. We can't miss Cox on the sideline. He said it's 6'9". Again,
Lafayette, Louisiana, and then Garden City Community College. That's up like in Long Island, I think. New York State. Look how much taller he is than everybody else. I saw him before the game. I mean, I was like, I was blown away.
Here's Millen firing to the outside, and that's complete. And quality pickup there. Tyrese Mack with the reception, 15 yards. And Millen was committed to Arizona, and then after the coaching change there, opened up his commitment and ended up here at Nevada.
Well, it's a pretty good place to come. You get a chance to see what Carson Strong does for a year. Pretty decent chance, I suppose. He leaves for the NFL, and then it might be your show for a number of years. I don't understand why they didn't go for it on 4th and 16. They were going to do the Nate Cox quick kick. I was going to say, I don't understand why they went for it on 4th and 16, but they're punting on 4th and 1. Then I forgot about our guy Cox.
It is Julian Diaz, who is a natural left-footed kicker, and swats that one away. Aggie ball coming up. Again, this is going to be a memorable Saturday for a long time in college football, with just the craziness that transpired.
Well, there's so many good games. There's so many matchups of, 2 ranked teams that came down to the very end. Again, Nebraska, 32-29. Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, 32-29. I mean, there were so many dramatic games. I mean, Arkansas, Ole Miss, where Sam Pittman went for 2, was incredible.
Wake Forest, another team out of the ACC, survived in overtime,
yes,
down to the wire. It's another team that's kind of flown under the radar a little bit this year.
Well, and Wake Forest is going to be on this channel, CBS Sports Network, in 2 weeks at Army at noon. And they'll be undefeated and ranked in the top 20. That'll be a huge game for the Black Knights and the Demon Deacons.
3rd and 2 here for Johnson. The Aggies try to string together a series of scoring drives, but Price not going to get it. Good hard push up front from Bradley.
Have to imagine the Aggies would go for it. Of course, as I say that, here comes the punt team.
And special teams are headed to the field. Speaking of Alabama, New Mexico State has a date with the Crimson Tide coming up later on this year. At Bama and at Kentucky in back-to-back weeks. So they get a taste of the SEC. 2 times. And as an independent, trying to work on those games. Doug Martin said, likes the way that the schedule has worked out. Again, your kids get a chance to play a lot of top quality programs.
This is kick-catch interference. You have to let the returner have the ability to catch the ball.
We've seen a couple of near kick-catch interference chances tonight. And that one actually contact there.
Kick-catch interference. Kicking team number 36, 15-yard penalty.
And it is
Nate Cox.
Your man.
It's Nate Cox. Oh, Nate Cox is calling an audible at the line.
And the handoff. Continuing to rotate in different personnel on offense. Dylan Overstreet getting a carry here for Nevada. And all the rewards for the guys that battle hard in practice, set things up for the top units now getting their chance to shine here.
It's a really good point. Really good point, Jason. A lot of these guys, this is their reward for hours and hours of time that they put in. And for a lot of these guys, this will be their most extensive playing time of their career.
Cox down the middle. And a nice throw. Reception.
I like him. I mean, he's got nice touch. Look at him stand. Look how tall he is in the pocket. Gosh, it seems like it'd be such an advantage. He can see over everything right down the seam. Look at how, I mean,
25 yards. And that pickup. And then they go to the ground here with Overstreet.
They're still going no huddle. It cracks me up, man. You're just so used to seeing teams when you have this big of a lead in the 4th quarter milk the play clock. Nevada just clearly does not believe in that.
Ball loose. Did an O-lineman fall on it for the Wolfpack? Yes.
And you know who's really happy about that? Overstreet.
Recovered by the offense.
It already is going to bother Overstreet all night that he got a couple carries and he fumbled, but it'd be a lot worse if they hadn't recovered it.
And Grant Stark, redshirt freshman from Springfield, Oregon, able to fall on it. You recover any fumbles on that offensive line in your career?
You know what? I did, including one for a safety. So it was a 5-point play by me.
Across the middle, low, and incomplete.
We were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2002 for the Dallas Cowboys, and our quarterback Chad Hutchinson got sacked. I looked over, I saw the ball on the ground in the end zone, and I pounced on it. Someday I'll just tell people that was a touchdown. But it wasn't. It was a safety.
Story will grow as time proceeds. Ballard thinking he had it. Field goal try here for Taunton.
I would think maybe they'd even try their second kicker, give their second kicker a chance.
Who, Nate Cox? Field goal here for Taunton. This guy is legit. First team Mountain West selection. That first field goal of his career, a doozy, the 56-yard game winner against Purdue as a freshman walk-on, gets his second of the night. 55-21. Again, we touched on this schedule before, and you'll be able to see 4 of the remaining games here for the Wolfpack on CBS Sports Network. Again, only 1 conference game thus far, but challenging again here for this group.
Yeah, I mean, none of those are really easy games. You can just see how hard it is to go through your Mountain West schedule unscathed. Look at that. He's got those things in his hand. He's using them like nunchucks.
Yeah, the Wolfpack ready to seal this one, dance away. Again, the pink theme tonight. Again, those helmets, by the way, they look awesome.
Yeah.
And Desmond getting in on the end.
Des rocking the pink. I like it.
So that's the quality lid you need to get. Here's Johnson still firing away. And for the Aggies, you can see it with Nevada. Carson Strong, somebody you're building around, and you look like you got a guy you can build around here with Jonah Johnson.
I think so. Yeah, they just need to get significantly better around him. I wear pink a lot, by the way. All the time. I think it's an awesome color. And also sets the tone that, like, hey, I'm a big guy, but I'm approachable. Come on over, say hi.
There's another big guy. Odison has had some nice grabs tonight after leaving earlier. Everybody's getting a little pink flair tonight. Works.
Look at them. I mean, these are the diehards.
Again, fun.
Is Johnson still in the game? Like, look at that shot he just took right there. They have a lot more games this year, and you want to make sure that he's healthy and available for those games. They've had some success this year with other quarterbacks. And in fact, Maldonado had a terrific game when they beat South Carolina State.
Braylon Garcia had the last big hit on Johnson. This will be his 55th pass attempt of the night. It's complete to Garcia Castaneda. And out of the JUCO ranks, coming in and getting established and continuing to grow here, Doug Martin's offense. Keeper wrapped up, and more contact there for the QB.
Yeah, I sure don't understand that. A zone read with 2 minutes left. You're down by 34 points. That's the guy that gives them a great chance to win games, their quarterback. I don't understand that call.
I think for Doug Martin in this group, again, that whole lost season, no practice, trying to get guys reps could be the case here. And continue to get them just more PT. Looking long there for Wyatt, who's done some nice things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only logic, right? Is that these guys missed a lot of reps last year, not having a season. One of 2 FBS programs that didn't, UConn being the other, and they want to make sure these guys, or 3 actually, Old Dominion as well.
Carson Strong after his 6th touchdown night, been a spectator most of the second half. Complete there to Warner. And he's wrapped up defensively by Emily Johnson. A little over a minute left to go.
You know, I can remember a couple times in college, Jason, being in a similar situation to New Mexico State right now as an offensive lineman, and just the level of frustration that you have. I was certainly out there trying to be physical, to say the least.
That's complete on the outside for Ron Pan.
It's kind of like anything else in life, right? What are you going to do in a situation like this? Are you going to just tuck your tail between your legs and give in? You're going to keep fighting, keep battling, and that's one of the other things I think Coach Martin wants to see. Who are the guys that still battle in these situations?
Johnson Another completion. That's Warner again. And he's knifed down defensively. Johnson with another stop. So both of these teams, their next game is against Hawaii. It's for the Wolfpack next week, and then a bye week for New Mexico State.
Wow, that means the Hawaii coaches and players are going to be watching a lot of this tape. This will be the most recent game for each opponent.
Johnson feeling pressure again. Riziak there. Jonah Johnson on 3rd and 1 here. Looking to see if Aggies can find one more score before they go. Here's the opportunity here for Johnson on 3rd and 1. Complete to the outside. Garcia Castaneda steps out. Maybe a couple of cracks from the end zone here with 13 ticks left. First time with the football, Aggies march down the field, miss a field goal. And after a deflected interception against Carson Strong, drive down again, touchdown. Since then, Nevada seizing control, caught there out at the 1-yard line. Only question here is the final number of this game, score-wise, going to change almost.
Oh, man. Oh, that was amazing. Bodison trying to go behind the back for the touchdown there.
So we saw a left-footed punt from a 6'9" backup quarterback. We almost saw what would that have been like around the world there to hit the pylon. On the ground.
Power.
Yeah, Johnson will take it in for the touchdown. That's his second rush touchdown of the season. So Jonah Johnson dents the end zone for another Aggie touchdown here in this half.
Yeah, quarterback power, well blocked. Good block at the point of attack by Dockstader. The big Canadian left tackle, 76, getting some movement there. Got married over the summer.
Eli Johnson, the center there, helping open things up too.
What a great young man Eli was. Really enjoyed our conversation with him, the Ole Miss transfer playing center for New Mexico State.
And they're loving his leadership, trying to keep this group pointed in the right direction. And it's going to be another defeat. 6th and 7 tries. There's Eli Johnson coming in.
He was awesome.
Yeah, had some other offers after leaving Ole Miss with 1-year eligibility left, maybe the Conference USA or the Sun Belt, wanted to do something out of his comfort zone. So he took the furthest one away here in New Mexico State.
He said it was the only offer he had that wasn't within 300 miles, and he wanted to try something different. After Ole Miss essentially told him he wasn't going to get any playing time there anymore, even though he grew up a big Rebels fan, started 12 games in 2019. Says he wants to get into college coaching, and boy, he was awesome. He was telling us that the best fried chicken you'll get is from the gas stations in Mississippi. And Desmond agreed with him. They're both from Mississippi.
So an affirmative from Desmond on Eli's food preferences.
Guys, if you guys ever visit Mississippi, and again, I played my college football at Mississippi State, so I'm right up the road from Eli, and it is a true story. You could go to a 5-star hotel, you will not find anything better than some of the gas stations there in Mississippi. It's fact.
I feel like I would need someone to tell me which one. You know, like I don't know that I would just trust a random gas station. Like you'd have to say, go to this gas station for me to eat the fried chicken there.
Fair catch here for Nevada, and 5 seconds left for the Wolfpack to put this one to bed. That's cold enough for Carson Strong to don the headgear now. And again, when he's wearing that as opposed to the helmet, you know it's probably been a pretty good night for the Wolfpack, as he was able to call it early in the second half.
And Jay Norvell's rocking like a letter jacket there. That is a letter jacket. Did you ever letter jack in high school? I did. I loved it.
Yeah, the high quality memories, and this one, jacket and all, will go into the books as another W here for the Wolfpack. Milling in victory formation, and that'll do it. Nevada 55, New Mexico State 28. Wolfpack improved to 4-1 and really sink their teeth into conference play as the preseason favorites